Have you ever been scrolling through tone models in TONEX Editor and thought, why isn't the cab changing? Or wait, why did it actually change? The TONEX Editor has a powerful feature called Amp+Cab, and it does a lot more than most people realize. Let's start with something that's easy to miss but super important. When you're browsing tone models in the editor with Amp+Cab off, the cab stays locked. It won't change as you scroll through different amps, as I'm showing here. Go into my little browser and I can switch to a different amp, but you'll notice that here the cab is staying exactly the same as what it was when we started, no matter what tone model I actually switch to. It's like having an invisible cab lock turned on, which is a feature that we have in TONEX software. This is perfect if you want to hear how different amps sound through the same cab. But sometimes you want to hear each tone model with its original cab exactly as it was captured. That's where Amp+Cab comes in. Toggle Amp+Cab on, and now every tone model brings in its matched cab as you browse. You can see here as I change, the matched cab that goes along with that particular tone model automatically loads up. Of course, on TONEX Pedal, I can always hit the revert button to head back to where we started if we haven't already saved. Toggle Amp+Cab off, and the cab stays put regardless of which tone model that we actually choose. Now, here's a really cool part that some may not have noticed. Let's say that we want to take this existing tone model, which is from my latest release, the Tone Quotient Ultimate Collection, which is based off of my incredible divided by 13 FTR 37. You'll hear some tones from these after. The links are below in the description if you're so inclined. But let's say I wanted to audition another cab with this. Even if I have Amp+Cab turned on, I can head over to the cab tab and go to the cab browser, and I can maybe come down here and choose a different cab to audition with this. Now you'll notice that I have the same tone model, but the cab is now different. If I go back to my amp tab, Amp+Cab has now been disengaged, but you will notice down here in the tone model name, we now have the original tone model, a hyphen, and the new cab that I have loaded. So if I save this, as such, you'll notice now that even if I navigate away, that this is now saved, and it will always tell me which ones I've actually altered the cabs to. So now let's talk about Amp+Cab's other superpowers. Say you've loaded a tone model, swapped in some IRs or VIRs, or a different cab and saved a preset like I've done here with my tweaks. But then you may start wondering, what did it sound like originally, or what was the original cab that came with this? Well, if we simply just hit Amp+Cab, even though I've saved this preset already, you'll notice that it reverts back to the original cab, and I can always hit revert to go back before I save it yet again. So again, hitting Amp+Cab takes me back to the original baked-in cab that was already there. Now, in the case of a DI or amp-only capture, it will simply clear the cab entirely. So it acts as a perfect non-destructive reset to get us back to where that tone model started with the original cab. So let's take a quick look at this in action. I'm playing my beautiful Gibson Les Paul Standard, playing one of these tone models like I mentioned from this latest release of mine, the Tone Quotient Ultimate Collection. Beautiful amp. So happy to have this in my collection. And these sound absolutely spectacular. Let's say I wanted to mess around with this with some of the things we were talking about, and I head over to the cab browser and I want to try this out with just some other cab that's in my hardware library. You see now that it's paired up with a different cab. I have no idea what I chose here, but I can either go back, hit Amp+Cab to return to what it started as, or I could choose a new cab, decide I like that, save it. Notice our name is now updated down here in our editor. And I have that saved even if I navigate away. And if I ever want to go back and just change that right back to the way it was originally, I can hit the Amp+Cab button, save it again, and I'm right back to where I started. So here's one more tip that will potentially totally change the way you browse in the editor for tone models and cabs if you haven't already been working this way. There are actually two different browsers in TONEX Editor. So let's say we're on our Amp tab, and I have my little browser window right here. I can simply pull this down, and this is going to show me all of the different accessible amp tone models that I have stored on the pedal hardware. So this is just kind of the mini browser. But if we click this little browser button next to that, we get a pop-up window. When we're on the Amp tab and we hit the little browser window, you can see here that it says Amp Tone Models. I can now switch between seeing everything and resize this window if I so desire. I can see everything that's on my hardware library, but I can also access my software library right here and swap out anything amp tone model wise that I have in my software library. In much the same way, if we're on our cab tab, we also have that ability to browse just what is on our hardware. You see right here, it says hardware library. Or we can hit our browser pop-up window, and now this is going to give us our cab tone models that are all within our software library. So if we pair this pop-up browser with the Link Cab feature, it can make for a much more powerful user experience. With Link Cab on, models follow their original cabs. With Link Cab off, you can A/B different amps through the same cab without interruption. It's one of the cleanest workflows for building or tweaking presets quickly within TONEX Editor. And of course, in case any of you were wondering, you will notice that all of these features also exist when utilizing TONEX Editor with TONEX One. We still have our Link Cab function, we still have our hardware browsers, and our pop-up windows so that we can access either our full hardware library or software library for either cabs or for amp tone models. So very useful stuff. And both TONEX Pedal and TONEX One users get full benefit of these features. So yeah, maybe you have been using the TONEX Editor wrong, but now I hope you've got a better grip on the Link Cab feature and how model browsing works and how to unlock the full potential of your pedal and software library. If this helped you out, please like the video, share it with anybody you think would get some use out of watching it, and also please subscribe to the channel. I really hope you enjoy the music on the way out. This is going to be the full In the Mix demo utilizing the tones we were talking about today from my latest release, the Tone Quotient Ultimate, based off of my amazing Divided by 13 FTR 37. Links are below to all of these collections if you're so inclined. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy the music on the way out. Until next time, ciao for now.